Hey, today is September 14th, 2016, and I have yet a third cello out on approval. This one here is a Guarneri style cello again. It's made in Germany, and the maker, according to the tag on the inside, it says Wilhelm Klier. I think that's how you pronounce it, though I could be wrong. Wilhelm Klier. Klier or Clear. It's a Guarneri style, and it is made in Erlangen, Germany. So this is a new cello. The one I tried last week, the Mittenwalder, was an older cello, probably about 1950s or so. But this one here is 2015, so probably less than a year old or about a year old. Another German cello. The Mittenwalder was also a German cello. And this one is similar to the first one I tried, which is the Kalen Walter, which is also a Guarneri style cello. So I think from what I heard, some people tell me, Guarneri is one of the popular sort of designs for cello. So this is a sort of a copy of that design in terms of the measurements and maybe even a little bit of the looks. So this one also has beautiful striping on the back, similar to the Kalen Walter Guarneri that I tried a couple weeks ago. So let's give this one a try. Let's see how it sounds on open strings here. So this one does not have as deep of a sound as the second cello I tried, the Mittenwalder. This one is a newer one, so it does sound a little bit brighter, the sound in general. And one of the main things that I particularly didn't find tasteful about the Mittenwalder was its prolonged ringing. I asked some people about that, and a lot of them sort of seem to say that sometimes you want your cello to ring out for quite some time, but it's almost like it doesn't dampen properly at a certain point. So you'll be playing different strings and it would continue to ring. This one does not have that problem, as well as the other cellos that I've tried. Also, I didn't notice that problem either. You can hear it strikes the particular note, and then it tapers off and dampens off. It does not sort of continue to ring. So while you do hear it extending the vibration, it's not as noticeable. It's almost like it's the level at which it dampens out is more significant here than it was on the Mittenwalder. So this is how it sounds, and we will go ahead and try to play a piece to see how this sounds. as I'm playing some of these higher notes, I do hear some ringing. It might be an overtone, or it might be, sort of the excess ringing in this cello. But especially on those higher notes. Let me try that again. Let me see if you guys can hear that. Yeah, on this A string number 4 fingering, it does seem to ring out a little bit more than the other notes. Now let's try something a little bit faster and see how this plays on something faster like the etude. So I find the sort of forgiveness of this cello similar to the Wilhelm Guarneri as well. I know for sure that I'm not hitting some of these strings as precisely on as I went through this piece, and yet the sound that came out is still reasonably where I wanted it to be. Whereas probably if I tried the same thing on the first Sorrento cello that I was using, or maybe even the Mittenwalder, that you might hear a screech coming out. So this is something I like. It's a little bit more forgiving to the beginner cellist. So let's try another one that's faster, and let's see if I can sort of speed it up to see really how forgiving this cello can be. Let's try perpetual motion let's try it in a D major. So again, I'm not playing very precisely, and also the upper strings on this cello does have a very high and bright sound, which is kind of similar to the rental cello. That sound of a little bit brighter, a little bit higher pitched. But its lower notes here do sound a little bit lower than the rental cello. Lower or deeper. Now in terms of the strings, I don't think these are the same strings as the rental cello based on the coloring on it, nor are these strings similar to the Mittenwalder or the Kehlen-Walter. So we are using different strings here. Maybe just a couple of them have different strings, either brand or different type of strings. So that might attribute to the sound quality. I am using the same bow, so let's give this another try and see if I can play this correctly this time. this D string does sound a little bit muffled for some reason as I'm playing this. As I'm playing it, it sounds a little muffled. I'm not sure if that's this cello or maybe it's just the way I'm bowing it today, but let's see if we can get it to ring a little bit more. So again, I think the forgiveness of this cello is pretty forgiving, which helps. So I think my overall first impressions of the Wilhelm Klier, or Klier, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And again, another German cello in the Guarneri style, or Guarneri style. Its playability, pretty forgiving, like I mentioned. The pressure that I need to put on the fingerboard is not as much, which is helpful again. So really two main helpful things that I found about the Wilhelm Klier. Pressing the strings seems fairly easy, and its tendency for squeakiness is also a little bit lower. In terms of the sound quality, nothing overwhelming in terms of having it sing to me, or having it be such a beautiful sound. Its lower notes do seem a little bit more sort of deeper, earthy. But the D and A string, I do kind of think that they're similar in quality to the rental cello that I had. They're brighter and higher pitch. So overall, I mean, it's not a bad cello. I think I could kind of learn to like this cello quite a bit. So I would probably compare this one more to the Kalen Woter, and in making my determination. So next week I'll probably try yet another cello. I'll probably go for an older cello again, so I can get more variety in how I'm evaluating the sound quality.